Welcome in, everyone, to Prowler Racing League, season number 6, race 3 at Imola. Tonight's race should be pretty full. We don't have a full grid tonight. Waiting on a few more to come in. It looks like Dynamic had a computer problem, so we're going to give them a little extra time. But right now, tonight's race, 19 corners, 3 miles long, with one DRS zone, with a DRS detection well before turn number 16, leading on to the main straight. So right now, let's head on to our intermission screen, take a look at what we got going on here. So, calendar-wise, like again, I said, we're in round 3 at Italy of our 12-race season. Right now, I apologize. I'm looking at our Discord to make sure we get everyone in. Let's see what's going on here. I'm getting some notifications. Yeah, we're just waiting on more people to get in. So while we're waiting on that, Here's our team standings. McLaren out in front, 62 points to Haas with 39. Alpine 38, Aston Martin 35, Ferrari 30, dropping back. Racing Bulls moving up 4 spots, 20 points. Mercedes with 18, Red Bull with 11, Sauber with 10, Williams with 8. And those team scores brought to you by our drivers. We're only going to show you top 10 because we have a lot of drivers scoring points, but right now, some good salt. Season 3 champion sitting with 38 points to Mitch, who won't be here tonight. Sitting at 35. Then you have the McLaren duo of Dynamic and Sasuke, 32 and 30 respectively, which is giving them the championship lead so far. Zoluxi missing out last week, dropping down to P5 with 25 points. Vanilla Spilla retiring from the session, didn't score any points, also dropping down in P6. Our reserve driver, Chris King, moving up. P7 with 16 points. Boogie, the other Ferrari, scoring points, moving up to 14 points at P8. Alex, P9. Inception, P10 with 10 points. Let's see here. Sending a few more invites to get some more people in. All right, so we got. So it looks like we're only missing a few drivers. Let's head on. Let's get on this screen here as we're waiting for the lobby. So. So I was going to give everyone 5 extra minutes to get in here. There's no response. So swing here. All right, we're going to ready up, get everyone to the track, or to the lane. Hear the ticking going of the game. And to the track we go. So I'm actually going, let's go to the track. As we're waiting for everyone to get out on track, we're going to turn off the in-game graphics and go to our actual graphics, which are way better. Okay, sit. Gotta love the game. Sometimes a little slow. We are an international league based out of North America, so we do have a few drivers that are coming from. I think we have a few Europeans. one or two Asian markets as well. Clock's ticking down. Here we go. Okay, so we're now, let me get the menu up so we can get our track map, because that's what we care about, seeing where everyone's going to mess up. Get rid of the in-game tower, and we're going to load up our tower. So we got two. So we got dynamic. And AO. Okay, so we're going on with Vanilla Spill out on track first. Oh, got cut off there by the Williams. Okay, and we're out onto the track. Okay. So the first car out on track is actually the Haas of Zaluxy. Yep, Zaluxy coming around the final corners to start her timed lap. Cross the line. Coming down through the slight bend of one. It's not really a turn, but then we got the chicane of the famous incident of Ayrton Senna. Continuing on. Down turn 5. Another chicane. Ooh, yellow flag up ahead. Looks like a car, Red Bull, getting out of the way. Zaluxy, fastest first sector so far. 24.064. Open track up ahead. Not going to hit any traffic until she's just finishing sector 2. Up the hill. Across the beam. Purple again. Middle sector. Now everyone's going to be setting green sectors for their first lap out there because it's their personal best. But Zaluxy so far fastest on track. We missed having her on track last week. Around the final corner. Hugging very close to the wall. Across the line. 1:15.062 is going to start us off. Vanilla fastest first sector. We got Sasuke on the mediums. Coming around the final corners. Personal best first sector, fastest middle sector. Cross the line, fastest 1:15.059 on the mediums compared to Zaluxy being on the softs. That is a pleasant surprise. Vanilla going fastest first and second sector. Deploying that battery like crazy. He's going to have nothing left as he comes through the final corner. Going past pit entrance. Hugging the inside wall, cross the line. Vanilla 1:14.898. We're going to keep an eye on everyone else around the track so far. Looks like some good salt. Doing personal best so far through the first sectors, first and second sector. Hugs the wall, comes across the line. P2 with 1:14.994. And next up, we've got, looks like, player in the Mercedes. So that's AO. AO coming across line, P5. He said he fixed his telemetry. We're still not showing anything from him, but that may be fixed for the actual race, because sometimes when you adjust the settings in the session, it doesn't show up right away. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And we got Dynamic. In the second sector right now, looking to set a time. Oh, Dynamic left session. Dynamic got kicked out. Let's see if someone can get him an invite to get him back in. Lone Fiber with wing damage. Out on track right now. Let's take a look so we can see. It's going to be the front left. Yep, that end plate is gone. So Fiber trying to set a time with a damaged car. I don't know if he's going to complete this lap. Let's see here. Vanilla, you're fastest so far, 1:14.898. Again, fastest first sector for Vanilla. Looks like he's going to try again. Lone Fiber not... 60% damage on that front wing. He's not deploying battery at all. He's probably going to scrub this lap. He's probably not going to finish this. Oh, getting very squirrely there out front of the corner. And into the pit lane he comes. Kind of figured that was going to happen. So let's go check out Inception. The Mercedes coming around the middle sector right now. 27.898 in the first sector. That is, oh, and he just invalidated. So that lap is going to be scrubbed off. Vanilla playing the fastest. And he aborted the lap. Then we got Deluxy, last season's champion, getting very, very unsettled going up the hill. Oh, cuts the corner completely. She's aborting that lap, and it's invalidated. Kind of saw that one coming. So we got Vans in the Red Bull. Personal best so far, improving on his previous time. Close to the wall. P5, 1:15.719. So it looks like Deluxy continued on. So she's now on another flyer. Invalidated that lap. Let's check out her telemetry as she's coming around. See how she's tackling this track so far. Full throttle, heavy braking, modulating the accelerator coming through those corners. 150, 160, 175 up the hill before braking hard into turn number 9. Very quick on the brakes. Back on the accelerator. Through the tight turn 12 and 13. That chicane there actually tricks a lot of drivers. We had last season in the previous game, a lot of drivers would invalidate going through that chicane. Deluxy not improving on her time. Getting very sideways, drifting, and aborts the lap. Into the pit lane she comes. So we're going to actually go check out Chris. Chris heading up the hill through that chicane we were just talking about. Purple, first and second sector. Coming down the hill. Currently has fastest first and second sector. Oh, goes very wide there. That's going to cost him time. AO has left the session, and he aborts the lap. Almost had it there. So we have a couple drivers dropping out. Hopefully we can get some so it doesn't look like anybody's setting a blazing time. So real quick, we'll go back to the track now. So Vanilla invalidates the lap he's on. Salt with the fastest lap, 1:14.847. Very impressive as he set the fastest first and third sector. Did not improve in the middle sector, so that's a surprise that he took that lap as well as he did. So Vanilla on an invalidated lap. So real quick. All right, so Vanilla, personal best first sector, fastest middle sector. It's coming around the final two corners. Pulling against the wall. Only can manage P2 to Sasuke, 1:14.425. Vanilla, 1:14.652. So let's see here. So it looks like Chris is going for another one. Purple at first sector. Lone Fiber, personal best in the first sector. He's got to set a time. Dynamic still hasn't set a time either. Oh, Chris spins it. Tough break for Chris. He was up on his time too. All right, so he's going to have to bring it back around, thankfully. Oh, he does have wing damage. 93% on the left, front left. So he's going to come into the pits and get that fixed real quick. All right, we're not seeing any. We're trying to get some of our drivers back in that dropped out. So Chris comes back in, gets that wing changed out. Still has yet to set a time. Dynamic, who actually just changed out a motherboard on his computer because he fried it, got everything working within like 5 minutes of the session starting. So he doesn't have really anything set properly. And his wheel's having connection issues. So let's see here. We'll stay here with Dynamic as he comes around, starts his flying lap. Deploying the battery on the softs through the first chicane. Somebody just joined. So Dynamic going wide there. All right, so let's check to see who we got coming through here. C9 invalidated. He set a time. So the only players that have not set a time is Dynamic, Chris, and whoever this is. Oh, it's F4. He finally joined us. Nice. All right. Okay. So he's coming out of the pits. Looks like he's waiting for traffic to pass. Great forethought there. Ooh, traffic really coming through. Ooh, takes out a brake board. Gets out of the way of the McLaren and the Ferrari now. Not the best, but it's all right. So let's check here. Dynamics sets a time. 1:32.513, but the fact that he has nothing set up properly, that would do it. Okay, so it looks like AO's back in. Currently out on track. So a minute 30 left in the session. A lot of cars out on track. AO across the line, starts flying lap here. So Chris still has yet to set a time. And F4 still has to set a time. So keep a close eye on that. Traffic getting out of the way. Great sportsmanship there. Oh, we got a stationary Mercedes. That might be Inception. Yeah, it looks like he was just getting out of the way of everybody traffic-wise. Got a slow-moving Haas up ahead. Not sure what that's about. Sasuke, currently your pole setter, 1:14.425, 2/10 back. You got Vanilla, who's currently on an outlap or time lap, deploying in reserves. Less than 30 seconds left in the session. Those coming across the line are going to get another lap. Sasuke puts on the fastest. Oh! Right at the last corner. Hopefully you can get the car out of the way before more cars come through. So let's see here. Vanilla actually is purpling the first sector. Let's head to Vanilla if we can. Things are getting moved around quite a bit. Vanilla purple first sector. 23.614. Chaos here at the end of the session. So Chris invalidates on his time lap. Sasuke, 1:14.409. Vanilla looking to take that away as he's coming down to the final two corners. Looks like Sasuke, Salt, fastest lap. 1:14.394. Here comes Vanilla. Vanilla, your pole setter, 1:14.3 even across the board. And Vans, not improving. He's currently out on track, not improving time. Inception's out, C9's out. Chris is done. So, yeah, so the only car that's out on track right now is Vans. Not improving on his lap time. That is going to be the Red Bull. Coming across the line now. 1:15.276 for Vans. But your pole setter, Vanilla Spilla, setting a time of 1:14.3. 0.094 faster than some good salt. Let's get a screenshot of that real quick. And Chris did not set a time. So that's everybody that set a time. Perfect. Okay, so the time is now 28. Give him 5 minutes. 9. So go back to here. All right, let's head back to our intermission screen. Okay. So let's see if I can get the graphic pulled up here, if it'll actually work. Nope, it won't work because we had a telemetry issues. Bummer. That's okay. So your pole setter, Vanilla, followed by Some Good Salt, Sasuke, Lone Fiber, Zaluxi, Vans, Inception, Boogie, Truth, one of the Alpines, AO, Dynamic, Anime Boy, C9, and then Chris. So I'm going to we give everybody 5 minutes to get their setup set. We don't know what the weather conditions are going to be yet, but hopefully this will give everybody time to go check their settings, make sure everything's good, make sure their setup is good, their tire strategy is on point. All right. So here, da, da, da. Okay. All right. Yep. So we're going to give everyone another 2 more minutes. Hopefully everyone is having a good evening tonight. If anyone watched the IRL race in Belgium for F1, kind of a snooze fest after they waited for the rain to go away, but it was real life racing, which is always good. I forgot to probably turn the music up just a little bit. Sorry about that.
I'm a grave man, skeleton man, I know babe man, fake mans, they don't face mans, man I hate them, cause I do skeletons, it's some fake friends, Halloween decorations, till I'm hang ten, running guns, see through fake friends, then that's pain man, yay man, ain't no way man, ain't no way blame, oof yo, keep a Drake jam in my waistband, haunted house, how I pop out with the gang man, didn't feel like
Alright, so we're actually going to give everybody a little bit of time.
Gundam boo smashing, one to your neck and one to floor gassing, skeleton jack in the back on attack, better tighten up while I'm on your asses, cause I'm a grave man, skeleton man, I know babe man, fake mans, they don't face mans, man I hate them, cause I do skeletons, it's some fake friends, Halloween decorations, till I'm hang ten, running guns, see through fake friends, then that's pain man, yay man, ain't no way man, ain't no way blame, oof yo.
All right, so we're actually going to give them till.
It seems like you're pretty skilled with your hands. I bet you're pretty popular with the girls, aren't you?
Okay. Never mind. I was going to give everyone an extra 2 minutes, but somebody readied up when the time hit, which is fine, because we did tell everyone that that's when we're going to go. So here we are on the track. We're going to do formation lap first. So let's get rid of these in-game graphics, pull up our own. We're going to go through the running orders so far. That's going to start a race off. We have Vanilla, your pole setter, starting us off P1. Then we got Some Good Salt, P2. Sasuke, P3, resetting to the grid. Then we got Lone Fiber, P4. Zeluxy, P5. Vans, P6. Inception, P7. Boogie, P8. Truth, P9. F4. P10, joining us late but getting a time in. Then we have Ao, who still didn't have Fluncher. Let's do this real quick. And then Dynamic, P12. We were trying to wait for him to get his stuff fixed, but it sounds like he's good now. Anime Boy, his stop tonight, medium, hard, or medium, soft, medium, hard. That's an interesting strategy, but it's going to be a 2-stop regardless. Then we got C9, P14, and then Chris, who couldn't set a time, had a hell of a time with that session. Currently in P15. So heading back to the front, let's actually go start with our number 2 car, just to watch the chaos happen. The whole grid lines up real quick. Grid is lined up, waiting for a few cars to finish, pulling into their positions. Lights out, and we're going. Vanilla. Whoa. Wait, hold on a second. I think I got... Did I get disconnected? Nope. Okay. I believe I got disconnected. Yep, looks like I got disconnected. So, let's quit out of this real quick. Yeah, it looks like I got disconnected. So we're going to close the game out real quick. Apologies for that. I was dealing with a technical difficulty here. I didn't realize I got disconnected. So hopefully somebody sent me an invite so I can get back in.
I couldn't have done it better. Lack of uplift is what it's about. So great stuff, mate. We're going to see you up there.
Still live, I believe.
Thank you guys so much for all your hard work.
That has got to be
I'm just waiting for the game to go. Gotta love technology sometimes, right?
Get in there, Lewis. 11 race wins, 2014.
Okay, I think we're going to get back in. Yeah, these things happen. Says we're on lap 4, so we probably missed quite a bit early on, but we'll see. Okay. Unfortunately, I feel bad because I think Vanilla probably lost out on some drive time there because he was helping me get back into the server. But so we're on lap 4 of 32. Some Good Salt out in front, leading us away. The front pack, Salt, Sasuke trying to take the lead there. Oh, getting a shoulder check through the sand trap there. Oh, getting very gnarly there. 3 wide. Back down to 2. Zaluxy out in front. Sasuke with a bunch of wing damage. With Vanilla sitting right there. That's your top 4. Chris, big moves. Actually, let's take a look at the gain loss real quick till we catch up onto what's going on here. What in the world? Okay, so Zaluxy, your current leader, up 4 positions. Some Good Salt breaking even in P2. Vanilla Spilla down 2 positions in P3. Sasuke down 1 position with a massive amount of front wing damage. So he's going to be coming to the pits to get that fixed. Chris, big moves, up 10 position. Vans with 3-second time penalty. Boogie, P6. Boogie P6 up 2 positions. F4 up 3 positions. P7. Truth up 1. P8 being hunted down by Dynamic up 3 positions. But Dynamic, not sure what happened, but it's currently sitting at 13 seconds of penalties. So not sure what happened with that. He's probably going to end up serving a 10-second in the pit lane at some point when he pits. Starting the race on the hards, the same age as everyone else. So he did start the race on the hards. So that is the strategy he's trying to go with. Then we've got AO up 1 position, P10. Vans down 5 with 3-second time penalty. Inception down 5 as well. No time penalties on him. No damage as well. C9, oh, C9 in the gravel. Making his way back onto track safely. Anime Boy is out of the race. Not sure what happened with him there. right, so Zalexi out in front right now. Gap is 1.5 back. Sasuke finally coming to the pits to get that wing taken care of. Chris, our big mover, moving all the way up to P2. So we're on lap 8 of 32. Apologies, trying to catch up on all the action that's been happening so far. Salt with 3-second time penalty there. We got a big train going on with Sasuke, I believe. Where's that? That's dynamic. So Chris coming to the pits off the mediums. Very worn. We're only 9 laps in. These tires wore out pretty quickly. See what the once Chris pits here, so he's going for another medium coming out of the pits. 2.2 on the entry, so that means he entered the pits perfectly. C9 retiring from the session in the pit lane. So let's see here. Yeah, so these mediums are only supposed to go 14 and 16. So a lot of these guys are switching tires very early on, which is kind of a surprise. But they are wearing out very fast. Like, for example, if we look at tire wear on our telemetry here. So right now, F4 currently sitting in P6. Hunting down Truth right up ahead. 56% on the rears, just absolutely cooking the rears right now. So let's see what he does as he's coming through the chicane, trying to chase down Truth up ahead. See if he pits this lap. Oh, getting very sideways there. Those rear tires are absolutely screaming. Coming through turn 17, continues on, doesn't pit, going for another lap. I think he's waiting to see what the strategy is with the cars in front of him. Zaluxi, your leader, comes into the pits. Your new leader right now, Vanilla Spilla, out in front by almost 15 seconds back to Truth in P2. We'll see how the order shuffles once Vanilla pits. Right now, we're watching F4 absolutely struggle on these cooked tires. Sitting at 61%. Let's pull up the car info real quick. So it's an average 62% on the rears. His right rear is 70% to 50, or yeah, on the left rear. So almost in puncture territory, surprisingly. This early on the race, we're only lap 10 of 32. Was not expecting the tire degradation to be this high for everyone. Not sure if that's because everyone was trying to run a higher downforce, or not sure, but Vans with 3-second time penalty puts him up to 6 seconds so far. Heavy on the brakes there for F4, not to run into the back of Dynamic. And into the pits, F4 finally comes, get off those tires. 66 average for the rears on those mediums. Vanilla also coming into the pits. So that gives our new leader Dynamic out in front. And F4 electing to go to the hard tires. for his next stint. Vanilla with a 3-second time penalty. So that's going to haunt Vanilla as we get towards the end of the race. Let's see who is all pitted so far. So it looks like Dynamic has yet to pit, and so does AO. Those are the only two out on track right now that have not pitted. Mind you, let's head up to Dynamic. He's currently on. Why is it? Did I go too far? I think I went too far. Yep. There we go. There's Dynamic. Let's see what his tire wear is at. 40 and 32. So it's not terrible. Zaluxi on the fresh set of mediums, zipping past. Chris also picking up a 3-second time penalty is very surprising. Sasuke with a warning for corner cut. So again, here at Imola, 19 corners. They're on full throttle 61% of the time. Top speed, you'll get about 206 miles per hour. Low downforce. Medium wear, which is kind of showing high. Lone Fiber also retiring from the session. So right now you have 12 runners of the original 15 currently out on track. So right now, as it stands, all 12 drivers will be scoring points if they can avoid the attrition and finish tonight's race. So we have fastest lap is Vanilla with a 105.193. Dynamic has Sasuke right behind with Vanilla as they are fighting out. Let's check this battle real quick. As both of these drivers have pitted. Actually, no. Sasuke has not pitted. Sasuke on... Or he went with a used set of mediums because he's on 5-lap-old mediums, whereas Vanilla's on 2-lap-old. So Sasuke may have put on a used set. Sasuke may have put a used set of tires on when he pitted. Vanilla pulling away, almost out of DRS range now. 0.9 back to Vanilla. Coming down to the detection zone. See if he will get DRS. 0.8, he gained it back. So, cross the DRS detection zone. So, Sasuke will get DRS here on the main straight as we head around the final corner. Dynamic still going. See the rear wing open on Sasuke, closing that gap down to just a half a second. Going through the chicane, sparks flying. So while this fight is going on, let's go check out the next closest fight between Boogie and Some Good Salt. Some Good Salt just getting past Boogie and building a gap. Boogie on younger hard tires compared to Salt. But Salt with just a little bit more ERS available to him to get past Boogie. As we continue on, Vans with another warning. So right now, Boogie just trying to keep that distance. While this is happening, you have F4 hunting down Inception. Half a second back and closing. But unfortunately, F4 absolutely running that ERS ragged right now. Vance picks up the 3-second time penalty. Currently up to 9. F4, less than half a second right on that gearbox. Oh! Not sure if he made contact there. But Inception getting turned around. No damage reported on F4. Not sure if he was just caught out by Inception slowly accelerating through. We got a stationary McLaren up ahead. See here as F4 comes through. Green flag. Looks like the McLaren is moving again. Looks like that might be the McLaren of Dynamic. And it is. So not sure if Dynamic got into a tussle with Boogie and Salt. Let's check out where our closest battle is right now. Is actually going to be Boogie hunting down. Oh, F4 just picked up a 3-second time penalty through that chicane. That has caught a lot of drivers for track limits. We're on lap 16 of 32. F4 catching Dynamic here. DRS wide open as they head down the straightaway. F4 on the inside, Dynamic doing his best to defend, but F4 gets through. Oh, while Truth is also right there looking to make a move on Dynamic. See what Truth can do here. Right on the gearbox of Dynamic, not letting him get away. Inception came into the pits. Dynamic, very worn, hard tires so far. Truth getting past Dynamic. Did Dynamic slowly moving. And there was a yellow flag, so Dynamic may have had a problem. Yep, his lap time was invalidated, so he may have gone wide. I think those rear tires being at 55% have absolutely just wrecked it for him. Unfortunately, again, props to Dynamic for sticking it out. Having to switch graphic cards, motherboards, trying all he can do to make it to tonight's race. Let's see what happens. He does have that 13-second penalty. Car's standing there, so he actually might be in the menus right now because they already changed the tires. That's interesting. They serve the penalty after changing the tires. Should be the other way around. We'll have to ask Dynamic about that after the race to see what his POV was on that, because did he come in, wait, and then they changed tires? Because from our POV, they changed the tires and he sat there for 10 seconds. So he did serve that penalty. So he's down to 3-second time penalty now. But that pit stop does drop Dynamic all the way down to P12. So let's head up to the front. Let's go through a race story so far. The field's kind of evened itself out quite a bit, so we got time to go through here. But Chris out in front. Let's take a look at how many. Everyone should have pitted by now. Yeah, so everyone's pitted. And so Chris started 15th, up 14 positions. Now our current leader by roughly about 3.6 seconds to Zaluxy. But just noticing this now, Chris does have a 3-second penalty. So right now he needs to keep that gap currently 3.7 back to Zalexi, so he needs to keep that gap what it is to maintain the win. We're not qualifying. This is the race. To win the race. Oh, he comes into the pits. So that's going to go right out the window. He's going to fall back in the running order. So let's not do the race story yet. Actually, we probably can. I don't think anyone else is going to pit. We'll see. But Zalexi, let's look at her race story. Started 5th, now in 1st. Currently on medium tires, no penalties. So she's kept it clean so far this whole race. No corner cut issues at all for your Season 4 and Season 5 champion. Then we got 3 seconds back. We've got Vanilla, your pole setter, dropping back now to P2, but does have a 3-second time penalty that he will have to contest against the other drivers. So Zalexi keeping it clean, and then Vanilla is going to be racing head up with Sasuke, who also has a 3-second penalty. Started 3rd, in 3rd, 5.5 seconds back from Vanilla, so he's going to be trying to close that gap. We're on lap 19 of 32. Got a few laps to do that in. Then next up, Chris coming out of the pits on a set of hards, setting a blazing middle sector. 3-second penalty. Zalexi pits. Vanilla now on the front. Oh yeah, those tires are worn. I should have seen that coming. Zalexi pitting. So is Sasuke. I should have looked at that. Yeah, the rears on Sasuke's were at like 63%. And put on a set of mediums. Looking to finish the race on that set. Okay, so the running order is going to get tossed out again. So let's try this again. I thought we were in the clear, but I should have checked tire wear. Vanilla does have roughly 43% in the rear, so I think he might pit again. I don't think he's going to be able to finish the race on this set. We'll see, though. It'd be a tall order. So, Vanilla, your leader, pole position, current leader, sitting at 3-second time penalty, 45% average in the rear. Chris, 15th the second, also has 3-second penalty on brand new hard tires. Some Good Salt, Season 3 champion. Started the race in 2nd, now in 3rd. Also has a 3-second penalty, so that is a straight-up race between Vanilla, Chris, and Salt. Then we've got, in the Ferrari, Boogie, about to get passed by Zalexi on the brand new set of hard tires. But Boogie, keeping it super clean, was notorious all last season keeping it clean, doing a fantastic job for Ferrari. And as we can see there, Vanilla does pit. So Boogie moving up to P4 as Vanilla comes out of the pit on the hards. Boogie started 8th, now in 4th. No time penalties, keeping it clean. Vanilla, has front wing damage. 13% on the front left. Can't see it on screen. Came out in 5th position after doing that pit stop onto the hards. Has 3 seconds to contend with. But thankfully, F4 behind. He's right on his gearbox on very worn hards. Also has 3-second time penalty. So that's a straight-up race between those guys. Next up, we got Sasuke, 3rd to 7th with the 3-second time penalty. He's going to have to keep an eye on that. And we got Ao keeping it clean, 11th up to 8th. Great improvement. Going to score us a decent amount of points on a fresh set of hards. He must have just came out of the pits. Then we got Truth, also keeping it clean on a set of hards. No time penalty. Start 9th, in 9th. Fans with another 3-second. Then we've got Inception, currently in 10th. Did have that incident early on. Not sure if it was contact or not, but we'll have to keep a close eye on that. Virtual safety car. We got a stationary Red Bull. Oh, I believe that's Vans. Let's go if we can grab Chris real quick. Nope. think Chris is going to... This is right up here is where the Red Bull was. Nope. So the car's been cleared out. Van's retiring from the session. Not sure exactly what happened, but unfortunately is out of the race. Virtual safety car, this won't last very long, so those coming into the pit are going to try to take advantage of the slower lap delta of everyone on track. We're on lap 22 of 32. Virtual safety car neutralizes the field, does not bunch anybody up. So Van said he had his wheel disconnected on him and his car drove straight into the wall. Been there, done that. That sucks. Tough break for Vans. Yeah, we can see the damage here, 100% front wing and the floor damage too. So virtual safety car shouldn't be lasting very long. Tough break for Vans. There it is. VSC ending. We're going to go back to racing speed momentarily. Hopefully nobody picks up a time penalty for going too soon. Oh, there it is. Boogie speeding under VSC. Picks up a drive-through penalty. So you got to be really careful depending on where you are on the track. If you're going too fast, you can pick up a penalty if you're not under the certain delta. So I'm not sure if Boogie can serve that now. Yep, looks like he came in and served it. Let's just check real quick. Yep. So he didn't lose a whole lot of time, which is great news for him. So let's see here. What is the closest battle on track? There really isn't one. This is it right here. Vanilla, 1.3 seconds back to Some Good Salt. As you can see on the screen, everyone's spread out pretty good. 11 drivers. Some Good Salt picks up another 3 seconds. So Vanilla right now will inherit P3. 9 laps left to go. Vanilla will inherit P3 if they finish in the positions they're exactly in right now, because he is less than 3 seconds. Some Good Salt comes into the pits. So Salt coming to the pits, getting off the hards. He was at 51% on his rears. So back to the track. What we got here, Chris out in front. We're on lap 24 of 32. Let's go back. We got the two Alpines, closest battle on track. You got F4 following Some Good Salt, Season 3 champion. Salt sitting on the younger, fresher tires with a lot more. Oh, he's also on the softs. So Salt is going to be flying here momentarily. Ooh, got the corner cut through the chicane. That's very similar. So he's pulling the gap now. So the closest battle on track still currently was that. So let's head down to Boogie and Truth. Truth, less than 1 second back to Boogie, but outside the detection zone for DRS. So he doesn't get DRS there. Currently, Truth sitting at about 30% ERS compared to Boogie being at 25. Boogie on the hard tires, very old hard tires, 42% on the rears. So Vanilla did pit. We expected that he wasn't going to be able to finish the race. Truth getting past Boogie there. Made it look a very easy pulling away from Boogie now. Not sure what happened with Boogie. We'll have to check on that. F4 with a 3-second time penalty. So that is up to 6 seconds now. So let's check out what we got going on here. Just a quick run through. So F4 currently sitting on 6 seconds. 3 seconds back from Some Good Salt. So they are racing straight up. Oh, F4 with a 10-second time penalty for a massive corner cut. And he's out of the race. Ooh, tough break for F4. Looked like something happened heading down to the final corner. We'll check the Discord to see how that went. So Boogie coming into the pits for a fresh set of tires. So we are down to 10 running cars. Zoluxi picks up a 3-second time penalty. So as it stands, Chris out in front by almost 12 seconds as a 3-second time penalty. Will be racing straight up to Zoluxi, who also has a 3-second time penalty. And Vanilla, our third place driver, also has a 3-second time penalty. Then we have almost 10 seconds back from Vanilla. Sasuke is coming into the pits. Has a 3-second time penalty. Looks like, see what he switches to here. Going for the softs. So let's see where this is going to drop Sasuke down the running area. He loses out to Some Good Salt. Should come back out into the pits. Just ahead of Truth. You see Truth coming through right now. Truth. Less than a second back. Five laps left to go here at Imola, lap 28 of 32. Chris out in front by 12.5 seconds back to Zoluxi. Truth setting a blistering first sector, his personal best coming through there. Sasuke on the softs, dynamic with another 3-second time penalty. That happened all the way down at the hairpin. So right now, not any real close battles other than Boogie and Dynamic. Let's go check out this right here. Dynamic pushing really hard, trying to get that position from Boogie. Again, Dynamic on the mediums. Let's see here. Boogie on the very young mediums. Only 1 lap old compared to Dynamic on 5 laps. Dynamic has used up all of his ERS as well. Cannot stick with it. Looks like we may have lost AO as well. 4 laps left to go. Just double check. Yeah, because his ERS is... Oh, yeah. Sitting on neutral, so he's trying to recharge it. That gap now 1.5 to Boogie. So 4 laps left to go. AO coming into the pits. Got Chris out in front. 10-lap-old hard tires. Sitting on a 3-second time penalty. Currently 14.3 seconds ahead of P2 Zoluxi. Through the chicane. Through a little bit of a 16 down to the hard, 17, 18 Around the final corner through 19, which is just a little bend, across the line, starting lap 30 of 32. So let's go 14 and a half seconds back. You got Zaluxy coming across the line with Vanilla 1.4 seconds back. 1.5. Looks like he's trying so hard to catch up to Zaluxy using all that ERS. Down to 15%. Zaluxy sitting right around 36%. Looks like she's going to try to hold on to it to defend against the hard-charging Vanilla. Last season, Zaluxy and Vanilla were going at it head-to-head almost every single race. Gap now down to 1.3. This is our closest battle on track currently. Slower traffic up ahead. Not sure how that will affect our two drivers here. Now Vanilla and Zaluxy both sitting on 3-second time penalties. Gap now less than half a second. Zaluxy working to get around the traffic. They do a little bit of argy-bargy there with the lapped car. Zaluxy trying to pull away 0.7 seconds back. Some Good Salt getting another warning for a corner cut and then picks up the 3-second time penalty. So Some Good Salt up to 9 seconds. So Sasuke is going to inherit P4 from Some Good Salt. But I think the gap back. Oh, Sasuke got him on track. Oh, I think actually Some Good Salt might be stationary down the final corners. I think he is. There he is. He's in the gravel. Oh, hits the wall. Break. Oh, and a reset the track as he comes into the pits. Picks up a 10-second penalty. That's a little bit of aggressive there. Stewards will more than likely have a word with Some Good Salt there, and he retires from the session. So let's go back to the track. Vanilla, we're on the final lap. Vanilla hunting down Zaluxy, last season's rivals, battling it out here on track. Further up ahead, almost 16 seconds, you have Chris leading our race. So we'll keep a close eye on this. Vanilla going to the inside, making contact with Zaluxy. Vanilla doing his best. Vanilla getting past Zaluxy there. So let's head up to Chris. Cross the line, finishes. Your winner, Zaluxy, trying not to let Vanilla go. They're racing heads up, 3 seconds each. Chris, your winner here at Imola. Vanilla getting past Zaluxy, getting P2, P3 to Zaluxy. Sasuke heading down the track, 30 seconds back from Zaluxy. He's going to score a decent amount of points for Sasuke. Cross the line. Then we got Truth finishing out the final corners here. Truth P5 across the line. And then Inception with 3 seconds coming around the final corner. Going to be finishing it out for us. Across the line is Inception. That's going to do it for Prowler Racing League Season 6, Round 3 at Imola. Your winner, Chris, followed by the close battle between Vanilla and Zaluxy. Sasuke bring up 4th, Truth 5th, Inception 6th, Boogie in 7th, Dynamic bringing 8th, and AO finishing 9th. So we got a few drivers in the comment section in our Discord going, that was atrocious. I agree. Awesome. We got a few notifications I'll be taking care of after tonight's race. We got a few drivers that joined our league. So we'll be adding them in. Oh, so we'll get a screenshot of this. So, Chris, you're a winner. Vanilla fastest lap. Driver today is Chris. Big moves. I think he started P15 and got all the way up to the win. Most overtakes was Chris as expected. Cleanest driver, Truth, keeping it clean with no penalties. Great for him. So let's get a screenshot. Yeah, penalties, gross. Oh, there went that one. Okay. All right, so let's head back to our intermission screen here. So, again, this was round 3 at Imola. Next week, we're in Saudi Arabia, which will be a race that will require our drivers to have multiple pit stops. So we'll keep a close eye on how that goes. So, again, that was Prowler Racing League Season 6, Race 3 at Imola. We'll see you next week at Saudi Arabia. Don't forget to like and follow. And we will see you guys next time.